I hope everyone is doing really great. And welcome to today's webinar on guiding principles for effective people security management. I am Amit from Metionic Innovation, and I'll be your host for today for this session. We are delighted to have you all join us today to discuss such a crucial aspect of organizational security, people security management. Okay, so as organizations increasingly focus on technologies and process-based securities, we must not forget that people are at the heart of security process. This webinar aims to explore the best practices, strategies, and principles to help organizations effectively manage the human element of security. Before we dive in, here are a few quick housekeeping points. This webinar will last approximately 45 minutes, followed by a dedicated Q&A sessions toward the end. We encourage you to submit your questions at any time using the chat box, and we'll address as many questions as we can after the presentation. Okay. This session is being recorded, and recording along with any relevant material will be shared with all attendees after the webinar. So here's a quick look at what we'll cover today. First one, the importance of people security in today's threat landscape. Key principles for building a people-centric security strategy, best practices for training, awareness, and behavior reinforcement, real-world examples and case studies, and finally, an interactive Q&A session. So there is lots to cover. Let's get started. So it's my pleasure to introduce our esteemed speaker for today, Mr. Suyog Suvichar Waghmare, Business Development Manager, Product Sales with expertise in cybersecurity and IT solutions. Suyog has a proven track record in strategic growth, partner engagement, and innovation. He is passionate about emerging technologies and dedicated to delivering impactful security solutions that protect business from evolving threats. Now, let me tell you about Metionic. Why Metionic? Metionic Innovation is an 18-year-old company founded by Ankur and Vandana Mehrotra. We are technical partners to 35 plus companies providing DevSecOps tooling solutions in different verticals, from planning, development, building, to all the way to operation and monitoring. Today, we have one of our esteemed partner, Threatcop, with us, represented by Mr. Suyog. We are thrilled to have Suyog with us today to share insights, real-world strategies, and actionable guidance that we can all apply within our own organizations. So without further ado, let's welcome Suyog. Suyog, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Amit. Thank you so much for this wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. And thank you for joining this session. So, as Amit introduced, myself, Suyog Waghmare, I am as the BADM for the West region of Threatcop. We will surely explore like what it is Threatcop and what we do and how we do it. But before that, I'll just set out the agenda for this meeting. Okay. So the agenda is into four parts. It is very basic and very simple. Okay. So it is into four parts, which is assess, aware, protect, and empower. So we will cover this session into four parts. So assess we will cover as human error into cybersecurity, how humans are falling or getting prey to the phishing emails or something like that. Are the case studies which are going on. So case studies about the evolving or whatever has been done or whatever attacks have been happening or they have been done into the past. So we will cover that. Then we have the KPIs. Like in Protect, we will cover the KPIs or the parameters through which we can measure the employees. Okay. And last one is the Empower, which is a very interesting framework, which is AAPE framework. Okay. Going ahead. 94% of the security breaches occurs due to employee negligence. You can see over here a screen, and which is not wrong, because a particular human or an employee is not aware of a particular email which is coming into their inbox, which could be a phishing email, which could be a ransomware email, which could be like attachment or QR code or something like that, and through which they what I would say, submit their details or something like that. And that's why they are not, the training completion rate is low. And this is the biggest pain for the CISOs and CIOs. So you can also see over here that we have multiple reports of different organizations. So first one is SANS 2023 report. So it is an organization into like system admin and audit network and security institute. So you can see human are the weakest link in cybersecurity. It states that, and they are easily fooled by cyber criminals than technology, because the latest examples are the digital arrest, wherein people were hanged in for like 4 days or something like that. Everybody has heard that the famous YouTubers were been digitally arrested for 4 days, back to back 4 days. Now this is what they mean to say, that people are easily fooled by cyber criminals than technology. They create the authority and something like that, right? Going ahead, we have Gartner 2023 market guide, so in which it states that human failure would be responsible for significant cyber attacks. So it's not only related to the medium or large enterprises wherein people are not aware of the emails coming in or something like that, or they are submitting the data over WhatsApp or any social media channel, but it is also for day-to-day life as well. So the prior example of it only I will continue, which is the digital arrest. So people are not aware, and that's why they are failing, because they are not aware of the technologies which are evolving and what particular type of attacks which are evolving. That is one state they wanted to state over there. Then we have Verizon data breach investigation, which is a US based company. And you can see they state that 74% of all the breaches include human element, with people being involved either because involved, and people fail because of their own error or privilege misuse, like because of their authority they are trying to like leak the data or something like that, or the use of stolen credentials by the cyber criminals. And last one is the social engineering, which we are all aware about. Then we have Tessian, which is a UK based company into email security, which states that 1 in 3 employees don't even understand why cybersecurity is. Okay. So everybody, so currently we are talking to many of the people into the cybersecurity background, and they state that cybersecurity is a very boring topic, and because of that, people are not being aware. So they are trying many of the tactics, like I would say physical demonstrations or physical seminars or something like that, but people are not getting aware because they are neglecting this. But once there is a particular risk because of which the organization it has higher stake or something like that, the the overall data or the organization's posture of risk comes onto the knees. So currently, the biggest example or the recent example I would like to share is the Raymond. So ransomware breach happened, and because of which the cyber criminals currently are demanding close to 5 crore rupees. So this is the overall the security reports which I wanted to share with you all. Going ahead, so we will now go to the case study part. So we have like Uber data breach case study. Now, before going ahead, I will also share what this particular attack is, or it is been into which particular through which particular channel it was been done. Okay. So now you can see over here the attackers targeted an Uber employee, and they had done multiple push notifications of MFA. Okay. Later, that attacker contacted the Uber that employee via the WhatsApp, which means it's a WhatsApp impersonation, and they have tried to penetrate the employee via the WhatsApp. Okay. Now, through this impersonation, they convinced the employee to approve the MFA request. Okay. Now you will see this is a screenshot of the conversation, because of which the Uber suffered a system breach, and after that the authorities were been alerted. So you can see that. Going ahead, now this is a again this is a very interesting case study you can see, which is a phishing attack on global software developer. Okay. Now, the target company, the attack vector over here is QR code phishing. You can see over there. It has been stated over there. Now, the attack vector, the whatever the template they have used, we will also help you with that. So, the agenda was simple: to get into the system and get the data. Now, this is the email which they had received into their email box. Okay, the attackers had sent out the phishing email from the HR communication that this is a new employee policy coming in, and you can have a look at it. Okay, and they have attached something to it. Now this is a QR code attached to this email wherein the employee would scan, and like they would be entering some details and going ahead. This is the second one. Now after scanning the QR code, they were being redirected to a particular website, which was a look-alike website of that company or the corporate website. And here, after that, after they have been entering there, they have to say what I would say, they have to enter their details, and from here their details were being cashed up, or they were being stolen. Now this is a classic example of QR code based phishing. Okay, there are multiple methods, but we are just extracting what are the patterns and something like that. Now the OCBC Bank of Malaysia, which was in December 2021. Okay, now you can see this is a classic example of SMS based phishing, which is also known as smishing. Okay, now the smishing, as in you can see the customers had received multiple messages on their message box with fake links or something like that, and they had gone to this fake link, and then they have the details were been stolen of the customers. And after this particular thing, they were entering, like the cyber criminals have stolen the data, or the transaction limit was been increased, as it is stated over here. Fraudsters activated the OCBC digital token on their devices using, and scammers transferred the funds and increased their daily transaction limit at the end. So this is a very critical attack, because over here the data has not been stolen. The hard earned money by the customers or the people, normal people, day to day life, uh, it has been stolen, and that is why it is directly impacting the economy or something like that, the reputation of the bank, because nobody is going to have that faith on the bank that they would be going ahead and keeping, or like say putting up their savings or their hard earned money in this particular bank, right? Now we will review the templates which were being used in some of the initial attack vectors. Okay. Now over here you can see that this is a Zoom email which is coming in. Okay, and you are been invited to a contract bid proposal. Now you can see over here, if you go to this email, that particular sender, it states that Zoom docs. Now this couldn't be a legitimate source of sending out the email. Okay, this is the basic check we need to do before going ahead. Okay, from which particular source the email is coming to me, or something like that. Again, there is a classic example of SMS based phishing, okay, which is a smishing. So you can see that this is I would say a packaging one message, wherein you would be receiving a message of a delivery or something like that, or a code, and you can check very, it says that urgent notification regarding the parcel delivery or the code, and you can go to this link and check. And when the moment you go on this link, then you submit your details, and that with obviously a malicious link, and your details would be captured by the cyber criminals, and it would be again used against you, right? So that is the overall thing over here. Now the regulatory authorities, which is over India, in which is say SEBI, RBI, and IIDA. So SEBI is for Indian securities, Indian-based security companies. RBI is for the banks, and the IIDA is for the insurance sector. They all mention one thing over here is cybersecurity awareness periodically, or when, so it falls into different criteria, and how that particular organization is active and they want to impose that particular cybersecurity culture into their system, or how they want to grow it. So it is like periodically, monthly, daily, it's totally the company's call, but they are saying over here it, or stating over here is they need to do it. That is the overall agenda over here. Now, as we can see, what are the benchmarks and KPIs that matter to measure your people security management? People security management is a term which I'll come back to after a shorter period of time. But what are the KPIs? We'll understand this. Average fish rate. What do average fish rate tells you? For example, if you are sending out 10 emails, phishing emails, and from that 10 phishing emails, any of your employees is submitting the data on five of that particular emails, right? So fish rate of that particular organization is 50%, right? Because on five emails or 50% of the emails, the data has been submitted, which is very critical aspect. Okay, what is the average breach time? Breach time, for example, the time wherein the email was been sent out and the first employee to submit the data. For example, the campaign was been or the phishing email was been sent out at 4 p.m. and the first employee to submit the data was at 4:01 or 4:05. So it took us only 1 minute to enter into your organization, which means that employee is not at all aware and they are blindly clicking and submitting the data. It would be either because of the greed or because of fear. Any particular aspect the cyber criminals would be targeting or something like that. Average click rate, so whatever the emails you are sending and how much is the click rate you are getting, so it depicts that. What is employee vulnerability score? Employee vulnerability score is an aspect and it is associated with each and every employee on an individual level, how vulnerable they are for the organization on an individual level. For example, again, 10 of the emails, Suyog as an employee is getting 10 of the emails which are phishing emails, and Suyog is submitting data on 5 of that email. So 50% is the vulnerability score for Suyog. Okay. Then we have incident response time. So what was the time when the incident was reported? First incident was been reported. For example, the phishing emails activity was been started at 4 p.m. and someone reported it at 5 p.m. So 1 hour is the incident response time for your organization. Training completion rate, whatever trainings you are sending out, how much is the completion rate and all. Then we have the repeat offender aspect. What is repeat offender? So for example, you have 3000 employees. From that 3000 employees, 250 are the offenders and 10 are the repeat offenders who are repeatedly falling prey for the phishing emails or messages. Okay. Then we have high risk category, people who are like from 70 to 100% vulnerability score, employee vulnerability score, are into high risk category. They need to be targeted more with the training, role based training or something like that. And what is the engagement rate of overall, what is the engagement rate, I mean to say, is the open rate of your emails, the training completion rate, the attendance into physical sessions if you're conducting, something like that. So here are different ways then you can assess your employees. First one is cyber attack simulations. So you are here, you can see that there are seven attack vectors here: phishing, attachment, QR code, smishing, wishing, WhatsApp, and ransomware. Through which you can simulate the attack on your employees, and you can find out who are falling prey to this particular attacks. Okay. Security knowledge assessment like quizzes and all these things. Third is role specific training. So for example, role based training is for finance department. There would be the attack scenarios or the trainings related to the finance department challenges. Okay, which could be like tax fraud or the vendor registration fraud or the payroll fraud, something like this. If I come to HR, then it would be like CV fraud or offer letter fraud or something like this, right? These are the scenarios which we are trying to consider. After that is the awareness part. So in awareness, along with finding out who are the vulnerable employees in your organization, we need to train them via the usage of the videos or the gamifications or infographics or something like that. And that's why we also mention here continuous awareness campaigns. So you can set out the campaigns for the year, using the platform which Threatcop provides, and set out the campaigns for schedule it for the year, wherein you can train your employees, okay, over the period of time. Now, gamified security awareness training is, we have different kind of game over here as word search game. Then we have role-based security challenges. So it would be like you can see over here: invoice imposter, payroll power, tax time tactics, and vendor villain. This is for finance department only. Okay. Then we have virtual cyber escape room. So, physical cyber escape room was a concept which was been done. Okay, So which is only feasible for the senior management people, wherein in a conference room we would be, for example, 10 of the senior management people are there. So we would be dividing them into five ka teams, okay, and they would be competing against each other, for example, for cracking the password or something like that. This would be a 45-minute session, and the first team to win is would be getting out that of that conference room or the physical escape room, and they would be the winner. Now this was the concept which was able to be implemented for only senior management people, and that's why we have to cater each and every employee. We have implemented it in a virtual format, which is virtual cyber escape room, through which you can cater every other employee which is available in the organization. These are some of the ways to protect your DMARC as well, to protect your domain, outbound domain, and the outbound email. So, how you can strengthen your DMARC policy enforcement, which is done, quarantine, reject. Then how you can ensure the proper alignment of your SPF and DKIM. Okay, how you can enable your BME and all these things. We can help you with the DMARC, which is in the protect part. So, as you can see over here, which is AAPE framework. First is assess, which is the simulation. Second is aware, in which we help you with the awareness part, and third one is the protect for demarc part, and last one over here is empower. So how you can report the phishing emails which are coming in into your inbox. So by providing a safe reporting mechanism to your employees, you encourage them to report the phishing email. So the traditional method which has been utilized by the employees is forwarding that particular email to one particular email ID, and after that it would be taken care of. But we have designed a system through which all this process could be automated, right? Now, this is the AAP framework which I was talking about. Okay, into people security management. So Threatcop as a company is trying to create a category which is people security management, and under people security management, we are working in a framework which is AAPE framework, which is assess, aware, protect, and empower. Now, I will also go ahead and tell you that which particular product is available in which particular category, or in assess what is there, aware what is there, protect what is there, and empower what is there. So you can see what all questions you can get answered by using this framework into your system. Okay. So if I go to assess, you can see how susceptible your employees are, you or you are your users to cyber attacks. What are their risky behaviors? Are common? What are the risky behaviors between your users or your employees? Who is most at risk or due to their role? For example, which particular critical data would be at stake if anything mishap comes up, right? How do you assess the impact of your awareness training if it is implemented, right? Then we have aware. What do your users need to learn on their role? Okay. How do you motivate your employees to stay engaged in the awareness efforts? How you can encourage ongoing awareness or something like that. Then we have protect. How you will secure your domain. How you will ensure your infrastructure complies with current security standards or something like that. And last one is the empower. Okay, the TPI. Now we will go to the product part, like which particular product is associated with each of these keywords. So you can see TSAT. So I will just talk about TSAT. So we have 7 attack vectors. We can penetrate the employees via both the channels, which is email and mobile number. In email, we have phishing, ransomware attachment, and QR code. And in mobile number, we have WhatsApp phishing and smishing. Phishing is on call, and smishing is over the SMS. Okay. After that, we have AI-based template generation. So we have the biggest versatility of our platform is the different templates which we are already pushing on. Which means, for example, there would be a template on uh, like Swiggy discount or book my show tickets or something like that. But if any particular template is in your mind and it is not available on the platform, you can generate it via the AI prompt which we have given in the platform. Okay. Then we have the managed service option also. So we would be managing a particular campaign for you end to end, right from customizing the particular template for your needs, customizing it to deploying it and giving out the reports to it. So everything would be managed end to end. Okay. Second, if we go, then we have TLMS. So we have interactive categories like videos, we have courses, we have infographics, posters, wallpapers, newsletters, comic strips. Then we have quizzes. In quizzes also, there are multiple question banks available. If it is not available, you can upload yours via upload CSV. You get option over there. And then we have the gamification as well. So gamification, as I told, role-based gamification is there, and the virtual escape room is also there. And we also do tabletop exercises for gamification. After that, going ahead, like we have the content available in regional languages, which is 7+ languages currently. Okay. In DMARC, if I come, then we have smart DMARC, over smart SPF DMARC and BME. Then we have the same integration available, and reporting also is available over there. Okay. And the last part, one which is TPIR, which is threat cop phishing incident response, through which you can report a phishing email which is coming to your inbox, and as soon as you report it, so it would be removed from all the inboxes it was which it was hit, and it will go to spam. Okay. At the back end, the SOC team or the email administrator team will go through this particular email which was been flagged, and if they find out that this particular phishing email is a phishing email, then they can delete it. So that's why the feature is single click delete. So they can delete it with single click. If it is not, they can restore it as well. So these are the four flagship products of Threatcop over here. So yeah, so this is the overall demonstration about Threatcop. Please go ahead with your questions if you have.
Yes, Suyog. So we have one question from Shiva. What happens if an employee fails to phishing simulation test?
Sorry, what happened? Just a moment.
What happens if an employee fails a phishing simulation test?
Yeah, so for example, when you create a campaign which is phishing simulation campaign, okay, so the only thing over here would be you set a campaign. It would be a simulation attack. Okay, once it is simulation attack, once the employee has been phished, you will get the data. Otherwise, you can do the other way, which is simulation attack plus training. So in simulation attack plus training, what you will do is, once the employee has been phished, they would be receiving a training then and there. And after that training, like, you would be getting to know that this particular employee, so the training you can set it in a way like, first the video would be there, then would be a comic strip or an infographic page, in one pager information, then it would be a quiz. Once they are getting aware, the if they are passing the quiz, then only they are completing the training and going out. If they are not, then you can send out the notification at the back, and you would be tracking that. So it's totally your call that how you want to design it or something like that.
Okay. So, Suyog, I also had one question while going through your presentation that was really
Mhm.
nice and all. So that was quite interesting to know about lots of things. But I have seen lots of companies. I'm regularly interacting with the companies they are into BFSI and different companies. But they have there are lots of companies who still prefer the old school thing, that they want to go
Mhm.
for the manual way of
Mhm.
this. So, is there any compliance related problems if you go for a manual simulation thing, or we should go for these types of things where we get a proper certifications and proper all the reports can we can get from that. So,
Yeah, so
how in for which ways it is better? Should we go for the old school way is better, or this the new platform that Threatcop has?
manual में the biggest drawback is the reports won't be automized. Second is, you won't be able to understand which particular employee is having what kind of behavior with different type of templates. For example, they are falling prey to a Swiggy template, or they are falling prey to an ITR template which the HR is sending out, right? Or there could be a fear-based template also, which says that if this particular data has not been submitted or something like that, there would be a cut into your salary.
Mhm.
So that is the way. In manual way, it is the what I can say, there are multiple factors would be missing. You won't be able to understand what is the employee vulnerability score, how they are behaving with different type of data. So that is what I would suggest. And as we are proceeding towards technology, and how we are integrating technology with our lives, our day-to-day lives, right, it is always better to get it automated. That is what Threatcop provides you. Threatcop, within single click and everything, provides you all the reports on your hands, right? within your fingers.
Okay.
You can do it whenever you want and wherever you want. It's not like
Yeah.
you want to have to contact every time and you want have to get it developed. It's already available in the platform. Whenever you want, you can just go ahead and schedule the campaign.
We can say this is this can save our lots of time and
Lots
efforts
of
in
time. Yes.
yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So we have another very interesting question that I have from Hemang Doshi. There are lots of there are lot many products in the market in this domain,
Correct.
providing similar sort of solutions, and
Mhm.
persistent players like we all know before InfoSec IQ and all. So what is your USP? What is the thing that Threatcop stands out in the market?
Mhm. Sure. So
I
now, thank
definitely know
you.
the answer, but I'll definitely want you to answer that.
Sure, sure, sure. So, thank you, Hemang sir. Thank you for this question, and it is my chance to put my company out in the front and help you with the answer. Thank you for this. So, first of all, if I go for the simulation part, so there are multiple USPs, I would say. The first one, the biggest versatility, as I've stated before, is the templates. Are the templates okay? Currently, we have close to 500 templates available. Okay, it's not like that you have to contact a customer success team or something or to get it developed. It is readily available. I mean, readily, which I mean is can just get it and directly send out to your users. We don't have any problem. Second is we help you with the platform in a way that you can run 365 campaigns per day also, then also we don't have any problem. There is no limitation on the campaigns or the templates which you are utilizing. Okay, then we have AI based template, which I have also mentioned. So AI template is you will give a prompt, whichever template you want, likewise, and it will the system will get it developed for you. So we don't have also any capping on that. Okay, and above all, we have 7 attack vectors: email based attack vectors, phishing, ransomware attachment, and QR code, and the mobile number based attack vectors, which is WhatsApp, phishing, and smishing. Okay, so you will penetrate your employees via both the channels, which is email and mobile number as well. And if you don't want to manage it by yourself, we would be managing it for you end to end. No headache to you. This is for simulation part. But when I come to the gamification part, sorry, the LMS part or the awareness part, there are videos, infographics, and everybody is providing that. Okay, but the biggest versatility currently we have is gamification, role-based gamification for finance department, for data analysis department, for HR department, for customer success department. So we have a creative team. They are doing this job of getting the game or the creatives created on daily basis, on day-to-day basis, and every 15 days the platform has been refreshed and the new what I would say new contents are being added onto the platform, right? So we have catered to the challenges which each particular department faces on day-to-day basis, right? So for example, finance department, as I said, like they are related to vendor fraud or the tax fraud or the payroll fraud, something like that, or invoice imposter. So something like that, and eventually you will learn about, so someone who is in the HR department or something, eventually they'll learn about how they need to mitigate this risk or the challenges, right? So I believe I have answered it correctly.
Yeah, I hope Hemang sir, this uh, justifies your question and you have got your answer. So
Then we
another
have another
question,
question. Yeah.
yeah, we have another question from Mayank. Is it possible to customize the phishing and cybersecurity templates to align with your organization's specific needs?
Yes, we can follow brand guidelines. We can follow everything. We can do it co-branded or anything. Customization is truly possible. That's not a problem.
Hemang sir wants to say, can we ingest
Yes.
our study material?
Yes,
We can do that.
we can do that.
Okay, great. Anything else you want to ask or we should answer? What protocol it follows?
So there is no such protocol, sir. So for example, just a moment. It does not follow any protocol to ingest the study material or something currently. The platform is it's like it's in a way wherein you can do it, and it would be able to incorporate it.
Anything else? I hope that answers your question, sir. There is a protocol, I missed the name, but it should be.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll check this if there is any protocol still, and hope so. So we will connect over a email or something like that, and I can help you with your answer.
Yeah, we can answer this the same thing in the chat itself after the even after the this webinar is done. Then also we
Okay.
can have the answers in the chat box.
Okay. Okay. No problem.
Yeah. So, any other questions anyone wants to ask? So, recently I got one of the very interesting thing regarding the things that we are already using. Since this is a very interesting part, people do ask for the phishing and smishing simulation activities, and uh, most of the people think that way that it is only important for the people into IT sector, right? Because
Okay.
I have seen lots of companies, manufacturing companies, I have got these types of answers like this is not that we should be worried about because we are doing some of the things, and sometimes even if the compliances comes, we just do here and there, we just do some of the activities in a group of 1,000 people. One person is speaking something, the rest of the people are sleeping, and that's how it is just for the sake of doing it. So people do that, right?
Mhm.
But do you think that in different industries like manufacturing industry or industries where tech is very limited, in that
Mhm.
industry it is of use, or how it is useful in those industries?
Okay. So I just wanted to understand, Amit, was Raymond into IT sector? Like they are into software developing or something like that,
No,
right?
no,
But still they hit with a ransomware attack, and their system is
definitely.
breached currently.
That's a good answer.
And currently, cyber criminals are demanding 5 crore rupees for that. It's not the it's not only for IT sector. It is for each and every sector wherein you are having critical data. For example, pharmaceutical sector.
Hmm.
We have many of the pharmaceutical conversations going on because they know that the data which they are holding currently, it's very critical. The IPs they have, it's very critical. So we are having from multiple sector, from manufacturing sector or something like that. If the attack is on their supply chain, their chain, like manufacturing system would be down. So it's not related to IT or something. Cybersecurity, it's not only for IT, it is for each and every company who is into technology and who wants to secure themselves and who wants to grow the cybersecurity culture.
So what you're trying to say is, even if someone is using even only emails is used in that company, none of the other softwares they are not using, most of the softwares they're not using. In that case also, data might get leaked from only from the email, and important data can be leaked from
If email,
that.
for example, if your email system is down, how you
Right,
do your daily transactions?
right, right.
Sending out the data and getting the data and acting on it. How you would be doing that?
Got it, got it, got it. Definitely, that will shut down the entire company for at least for a couple of hours. Even if for a couple of hours, that is a huge loss to the companies
Correct.
who are doing that. Yeah. So I think we are done with the questions that we had, and we are also the time that we thought of. We are in that time limit only. So anyone who wants to know more about this uh, tool or specific regarding Threatcop or regarding the smishing activities, how it is done, how we can uh, get to know more about it, please you can ask any question, or you can connect to us on that. So we'll be putting some links on the chat box so that you can have that you can request for demo or any other requirements or any other questions. Even if you have any questions, you can ask in the chat box. After the webinar also, we'll get those questions answered as soon as possible. Okay. And thank you very much, Suyog sir, for this wonderful session, this wonderful insight on all that things that most of the people think that this is very small thing, simple thing, but the worst thing that can happen is with the simple things, right?
Correct.
So
Thank you,
we
Amit.
can get,
Thank
yeah,
you for your
thank you
time.
very much for your time, and thank you everyone for joining this webinar. Thank you and have a great day.
Sure. Thank you.